Ma'am, we are live now.
Okay, so shall we start the session? Yeah, so
Hey guys, good evening everyone. If you can listen me and hear me, please give me some confirmation in the comment section. Alright, so Navya ma'am, let's start with the whatever we previously have covered in the previous session. Let's give a big overview about it and then we'll start with the session. Is it alright?
yeah, Mansi. We'll start in that way. Okay, so hi everyone. I hope you enjoyed yesterday's session and you have got a little bit idea and also some interest in the field of this data science. And before starting with the today modules, I'll just tell you what we have covered yesterday. So I'll keep sharing my screen. Just let me know if the screens are visible or not.
Hello, ma'am. Hello, Mansi.
Hi sir. Hi sir.
Hi, everyone.
Hi, sir.
Hi. Hi, everyone. Guys, what are you doing? How are you all? I hope you all are doing fine. So I jumped in because some of you might be wondering where are the chat in the YouTube and where is the attendance thing. So I'm here to let you know like where where can you share your point, like where can you ask your doubt and where to put your attendance. So I'm here. So I'll share a screen. I'll show you quickly like what steps you need to follow for that, and I would be in the backstage again.
Okay, so shall I start with the session?
Let me, ma'am, please. First of all, let me guide them like how to attend the session and how to put the attendance on, and we can start.
Okay, sure.
So I guess and I hope all of you are seeing the screen. I've shared a screen, guys. So basically, you just have to go to LetsUpgrade.in and you have to log into our system. Okay, once you log in, your name would be displayed over here. Okay, or else you log into your system, you go to our LMS. This is the website. You can go for LetsUpgrade.in and you can go click here, like explore the programs. And this is artificial and intelligence and machine learning program, AI and ML program. So just click on here and just give me a moment. It will start. It's loading. Just will take a moment. I don't know why it should not. Yeah, takes so much time. Yep. So here we are, guys. Here we are. So and you can see here there's a enroll now button, right? You can see all the features mentioned over here. Whatever we are providing is essential sessions. All of this like job opportunities. This have a look. This is a sample certificate you would be getting after the completion of the course, right? Okay, these are some of the feature, like basic feature of the full stack course. If you want to know more, you can actually get into it and have all the feature. You can see all the feature of full stack course. But here, this is what we are focusing more right now in this course, which is essential. This is free of cost. So you just have to click on this. Okay, click on enroll now for ₹0, as this is completely free of cost. So you see, you'll get this congratulations message on the top, and you just click on the start learning, and you would get to the course. You can say that is a my programs tab. Okay, and you would see this thing would come up in one dashboard: Artificial Intelligence and Machine Learning Essentials Program, March 2021. Okay, so this is the first, like you would come to this place this way in the first time. How to get into this this place in the second time or maybe third time? It's easy. Just have to log into this portal, and here over here on the top of it, you'll see this My Programs menu. So you just have to click on this My Programs. Will again land it to the same page, guys. Okay, will again land it to the same page. Let me go back to my home page, and here I am at my home page, and I click here on My Programs. Yeah, it will take some time to upload. Yeah. So now here I am. These are all the courses for which I am enrolled in. So the more courses you will enroll in, all the courses would show up here. So you can click on this one, like click on start learning. Okay, it will show you the list of the classes. So like this is day 2. So click on this day 2 to watch this session. So if I play this, so it would basically show today's session. It would load. Just a moment. Give me a moment. It would load. Yep, it has come up. Yes. So I just click on it and we can watch this session. It's a bit slow today. I don't know why, but I think you understood the process. I'll then let you know like how to put attendance and how can you ask your doubts and queries like you were doing on YouTube in the same way. Yep, you can say it is now starting to play, and yes, I can see myself and Navya ma'am and Mansi. It's very weird for me to look, see myself on it. So let me pause it right now. Yes, you see on the right tab, we have these details, we have this chat tab, guys. So this is where you have to come. This is where you have to come to basically to chat. Right. Okay. So here, just enter your name. Click on I accept the terms of service. Click on join, and yes, you will be there in the chat. Now you'll be able to chat here. So I'll type here something. Like, yeah. See, there are already some people. Okay. So you can also be there and so this is how you chat here. You ask for doubts here, and beside this chat tab, you have this attendance tab, guys, where you have to put your attendance. Like you see, this emoticons. You have to put your you have to select one emoticon over here based on how much you want to rate yourself. If you want to put some suggestion or feedback, you have to put it, and yes, you have to select this thing over here, and you have to click on save. That's all. This is your attendance. This is how you would submit your attendance. Also, if ma'am would be giving some assignment to you, also you'll be receiving the same over your mail, so you can create a github repo and like put your assignment there and share the link here, github repo link over here, and you click on save. Again, assignment is optional, guys, it's not compulsory, so it's up to you. It is for your practice. So yeah, if you want to submit it, if this is the way you can submit it. Okay, you'll find all necessary details in the community, like how to create GitHub repo and all those things are there in the community. I hope you all have shared for the community group for this AIML. So that's it, guys. That's it. I had to tell you. I hope all of you now know how to get into our LMS and watch the sessions over there. So that's great. I will not take much of your time. Let's yeah, Naveen, sorry for interrupting again.
Yeah.
So yeah, I'll not take much of time. I'm going to the backstage, and you can carry with the learning, guys. Bye then.
Yeah.
Thank you very much, sir.
Thank you,
So
sir.
basically, guys, even Navya ma'am, this was all because from today onwards, our 4 sessions will be on LMS instead of YouTube. So that's the reason. Most of them, we actually missed this session, missed this part yesterday. So we just tried to cover it today. I guess we are now good to go, and we'll just start with the session.
Yeah. Okay, so starting with the glimpse of yesterday that we have studied, that we have gone through in the yesterday's session. So I guess most of you, whoever has attended the session, they might be knowing what topics we have covered yesterday. So we understood the concept of AI, ML, and DL. What is this terminologies mean? We also went through some live examples of ML, DL, and AI, and I told you what other classification comes under ML and what are the other classifications come under DL and how the subsets, all these things are interrelated to each other. Then after that, we also talked about the different applications part of the AIML and DL. We saw some overview of the machine learning and everything. And then we studied about the data, how the machine gets trained, how we give training is being provided to the machine, and how the machine learns and gives the inference. That is a result. Okay. So that was all. Yesterday class was all about the overview to just let you know how your what basically your machine learning AI or deep learning basically means. So now coming to your second day of your essential program. So today we'll be dealing with the concept of statistics and your probability. So I'll give you the essential information that that is being required to be good in the field of machine learning or in the field of data science. See, when most of the people who comes in this field, or no, some of the people are not that much good in the mathematics, है ना, because बहुत सारे बच्चे ऐसे होते हैं, they are just fear from, they have a fear from maths, they have a phobia regarding maths. But here when we are talking about mathematics in the machine learning or in the data science, so you don't have to you don't have there's no any point of being scared or being fearful about mathematics, because the machine learning dealing mathematics part that comes in the machine learning part is very very precise and concise manner, because the concepts that we cover in data science, or you can say what the concepts that are being required in this field are very much up to your knowledge, because all of who are from mathematics background, they know about the statistics and probability part. But those who are from non-mathematics background, you might face a problem in the initial days, but as you do the practice and everything, and you just go through the concepts day by day, you'll be getting it will be getting more easier for you. So you don't have to fearful about it. You just have to go with the flow, and you have to just focus on the concept that are being told to you. Now, coming to the statistics part, so we'll be covering up. I'll be just giving you the overview regarding your basic statistics, what comes under statistics, like your population, your sampling, what are the samples, then your mean, median, mode. So everyone of you who is watching this have known about mean, median, mode. That is very common. Then we'll see what variance and standard deviation is. Then normal distribution, and then we'll come to your probability part. Okay, so now starting with your statistics. So first we'll do the statistics part, then we'll be covering the probability, and in the end we'll just do the implementation part. Now coming to the statistics in the machine learning. So when you see the basic statistics that comes under, so that is your population and sample. Now see, when I talk about the population and sample, these two things are very much interrelated. As from the flowchart or the diagram that you're seeing here, you can very much conclude from here that samples are somewhere the subset of the population. You can see the population is in the whole circle, that is your skin color circle is there, population, and then your sample is being taken from the population. Okay, so suppose you can understand in that manner that suppose you have 100 number of students, and you have to make a different group. Suppose you have to make class monitor, you have to make language perfect, you have to make and other discipline activities, something you want to make. So what teacher used to do, they take some students, they used to take some group from the class, and they used to give them some responsibility. So in that manner, you are taking some sample from that population. So in the similar manner, samples are just a part of the population, you can say just a subset of the population. And converting this sample, so you have population is there, out of the population you have created different samples, and with the help of that samples you are creating a statistics. See, statistics is very much related to your when we talk about static data, that means we're talking about a numerical, somewhere you're talking about the numerical data. Okay, जैसे suppose if I ask you a question that the first revolt of 1857 like कहाँ से start हुआ था, so it was started from the Meerut, है ना, and the date that is there at 1857, so that is a static part. वो एक आपका static part हो गया, वो एक आपको एक data दिया जा रहा है कि okay, this was started from this particular point, so that is the static part that is being concluded from that history region. Similar manner, आप जब भी sample ले रहे हो, तो you have to take that numerical things that have been coming under that particular population or sample, that being considered as sample statistics. So you're just sampling the data and you're converting into the sample statistics part. So these are the two concepts related to your population and sample, that is very very easy and basic statistics part. Now coming to your measures of distributions. So measure of distribution, when you come, so there are three main measures of distribution, that are your mean, median, and mode. Mean, you all know that mean is the average of all the observations. Average of all the observations by mean, I mean that whatever the number of observation you have, you have to divide it with the summation of all the numbers with respect to the number of observations. Okay, so suppose you can understand in this manner. Suppose in a class of 50 students, you are giving everyone has a different height, okay, different weight and different height. So you have to find the average height of the class, 50 students that are constituting the class, or you have to find the average weight of that particular class. So what you will do, you will add up, you will do the summation of all the heights and divided by the 50, because the number of observation is 50. So in that manner you will getting the average or your mean. So you can see from the graph also whatever the values are, then how much time it is occurrence is there. So you will just get a graph like this. Mean is the somewhere the middle average height that you are getting, average observation of the average of all the observation that you have. That is basically your mean. Now coming to your mode. So mode is basically your most occurring observation. Now suppose I have given you different numbers, like suppose I have given 222 5533, okay, or 334, like that. So what is happening? 222, 3 times 2 is coming, 2 times 5 is coming, and 4 times 4 is coming, okay, 4444, like that. So you have number of observation is there, but you have to see which number in that particular observation is coming is occurring the most. Okay, now see, when we talk about mode, we have two things. You have to keep two things in your mind. First one, that is a grouped data, and the second one is the ungrouped data. So when you're talking about the group data, in that you have already numbers, you know, आपके पास 2, 3, 4 इस format में you have the numbers. When you come to your, so you will be very easily understanding, okay, the 4 is occurring the most of the time, so the mode of that particular observation is 4. But you will see sometimes the observations are also, the data is also in the form of ungrouped format. So you can see data in the form of ungrouped format, or in the intervals, like, you know, 10 to 20, 20 to 30, 30 to 40, 40 to 50, like that. So when you have ungrouped data, in that manner, in that situation, you cannot find with the help of this occurring observation. So what you have to do, you have to implement this one, this formula that I have mentioned, that is your L plus F1 minus F0 upon 2 F1 minus F0 minus F2 into H. And similarly, so all the what are the variables that are indicating, that also I have written here. So L is a lower limit of the model class. Suppose we are calculating the mode of some class. Suppose 10 to 20 interval is there. So L will be your 10. H, how much size of the interval? That is 10 to 20. That means 10 is the interval, है ना? 10 का आपका size आ रहा है. 10 to 20, 20 to 30. So 10 is the your size of the class interval. So that you will keep as H. F1 is the frequency of the model class. Frequency means how much time it is occurring. Okay, and then F0 is the class preceding the model class. That means whatever the class you have considering, uske pehle wala, before that one. And F2 is the succeeding. So after that one. Okay, suppose you have interval of 20 to 30. So before that interval and after that interval, that you have to keep in your mind. So with the help of that, you'll be able to find the mode in that particular case. Okay, I can give you the example of mode as, suppose when you go to your, you can see the size of your shirts, small, large, medium. So the application of mode is in that you can see, because with the most occurring observation, the people having, with the help of that only, this size of the shoes, size of the shirts, all these are measure of distributions based on the mode distribution only. So that is there. And now coming to the median. So median is very easy. So middlemost observation, as the name only says, median, matlab middle part. So two important concept, that is when your number of observation is odd. That means if your number, suppose 2 to 5, that means 2 to 5, that is 3 numbers are there. So that means you have odd observations. Okay. So median, you'll when the number of observations are odd. So in that case, you have to find median with the help of this. When your n is even, so in that case you have to find your median with the help of this formula. So n is your number of observations. So suppose you have 6 number of observations, you'll write it 6 upon 2 plus 6 upon 2 plus 1 upon 2. So in that manner you will be able to find the median. Okay, so these are the basic measures of distributions. Now, coming to your standard deviation and variance. So these two are very important, very relatable concepts. So once you understand the concept of standard deviation, you'll be very much comfortable with the variance. Okay, so standard deviation is basically defined as the positive square root arithmetic mean of square of deviation of given observation from their arithmetic mean. Okay, definition thoda tough ho gaya, but with the help of the formula, you can easily understand this. So see, this is your x, that is your number of observations. So suppose I'm giving you some data like 5 4 3 2 1 like that, and suppose you have 5 4 3 2 1, so total 5 4 numbers are there. Okay, so what you have to do is you have to find first the mean of that. So this x bar is basically your mean. Okay, so 5 4 3 2 का जो भी mean आएगा, that you have to deviate means you are subtracting it. Okay, so you're subtracting your number. So once you are subtracting 5 minus your mean, 4 minus your mean, 3 minus your mean, 2 minus whatever the mean you have calculated, and then you're squaring all the answers that you have got with the help of this formula, and then you're doing the summation, and a summation sign is there, so that you have to do. And after that you have to divide it with the number of observations. So suppose your number of observation is 4, so you have to divide with that, and with the help of that you'll be getting your standard deviation. Okay, this standard deviation and everything is you'll be seeing your ANOVA testing or hypothesis testing. So their standard deviation is used. Okay, so this is how you calculate your standard deviation. One more thing I would like to tell you, you guys might get confused in the concepts. Okay, so we are understanding these concepts where we are going to use it. Okay, so when you'll be studying the algorithms and everything in your full stack program, of course it is not going, I'm not going to tell you all these things here, but when you are going to learn there, so you'll be understanding, okay, how this mathematics part is going behind the machine, how the machine is understanding, okay, which mathematic calculation. You don't have to do the calculations. Okay, machine will do it for you. You have to just understand, okay, what is going behind the backend. So because of all that, कि okay, algorithm काम कैसे कर रहा है, algorithm चल कैसे रहा है, ठीक है, machine prediction कैसे कर रही है, how the prediction is being done, that is very very important. For that purpose, you're understanding all these concepts of mathematics, all these concepts of probability, and your Python or everything, because this is how you're going to learn. You're understanding, when you will be understanding the pattern कि okay, machine ऐसे ले रहा है डेटा को, machine ऐसे train कर रहा है, तो आपको एक crystal clear idea होगा, है ना. So you'll be able to relate it. So this all things you're not going to see in your programmings, because machine, the library being created in the scikit-learn is itself that much capable of that it will do the calculation by itself. So you have to just keep in mind, okay, these concepts are important because these are the things that are being done in the algorithm part. So you have to keep that thing in your mind. Now coming to your variance. So variance is nothing, it is just the square of your standard deviation. So see, here in your standard deviation, you're doing the square root, hai na? But what you have to do is you have to just square your this ST, standard deviation ka square kar do, you'll get your standard deviation. Again, here x is your the number of samples that you have, and mu is your arithmetic mean. The same formula is there, only the x bar is replaced by mu here. Okay, so these are the two concepts related to your standard deviation and variance. Now coming to the last part of your statistics, that is your normal distribution. So see, we have different distribution in your probability. So that also you will study in your full stack program, because that cannot be explained here. That is, some higher concepts are also there. So just to give you the glimpse. So normal distribution is basically a type of continuous probability distribution. When I'm talking about the continuous probability distribution, that means I'm talking about some probability distribution that comes under some range. ठीक है, see, दो तरह की distribution होते हैं. एक होता है आपका discrete, that is your discrete probability distribution, and the second one is your continuous. In discrete, when I talk about discrete, I'm talking about some event that is occurring in discrete manner. That means, suppose I can give you the example of tossing a coin. ठीक है, आपने coin toss किया, and you know the outcome will be either head or tail. Okay, so you have some finite number in your mind. Okay, there are two outcomes. Okay, but in continuous probability, you will be having range. Suppose I can talk about temperature, है ना, temperature will be coming in some range. Okay, degree Celsius में कुछ आपका range आ रहा है, ठीक है, ऐसा कुछ. So that will be coming in continuous pattern में आपको मिला. Discrete value आपको नहीं पता. You don't know the discrete value, you just know the continuous format. So that distribution, that type of distribution is being known as a continuous probability distribution. There are various properties of normal distribution. These three are very, very important, and that you have. These are to be meant to be learned by you. So the first one is symmetric. Normal distributions are symmetric. You can relate the symmetric concept with the help of your sign graph. If you know the example of sign graph, अगर आप कोई maths background से, so they will be easily able to understand. So sign graph you can see when it crosses from x-axis, so you can see the आपको एक symmetric graph मिलती है ऊपर and नीचे ना, sinusoid. So that you can consider. The second one is your mean mode median. So आपका जो mean mode median, so you whatever the measure distribution are there, so that are equal. So your mean, mode and median will be equal in the case of normal distribution. And the curve that you will be getting in the normal distribution will be of your bell-shaped curve. Okay, तो एक bell जैसा shape आपको you will be observing in the case of the normal distribution. Okay, so these are the important concepts related to your normal distribution. Mansi, let me know if any doubts are related to the things that I have taught now.
Yeah. We have this one doubt, which Harsha is asking: how does machine understand these formulae?
These
Formulae, I mean, the formula which were shown in the previous slide, maybe that was the reference.
Yeah, so Harsha, I would like to, like I explained before also. So what happened is, see, so we have different libraries for different algorithm. So suppose abhi aapko utna we'll be not able to capture it much, but I will try to explain it in a easier format. So understand in this manner. Suppose you are working with some algo. So algorithm means that you are giving some type of format to the machine. Okay, so in this format, in this particular manner, the machine has to learn the stuffs or the whatever the data you are giving. Okay, so when you come to algorithms, you have different things. Suppose आपके पास आप जब थोड़ा पढ़ोगे, you'll be going in the deep, so you'll be understanding. So there are different algorithms, like you have k nearest neighbor, you have linear regression, you have logistic regression, you have support vector machines. Okay, you have random forest, you have decision tree. So these are different AI, different ML algorithms, and all these algorithms have different मैथमेटिक्स. ठीक है, इनके पीछे एक अलग मैथमेटिक्स चलती है. जैसे आप when you come to linear regression, suppose, so linear regression में you have the concept of straight line. Okay, y is equals to mx plus c. So whole your linear regression works in the concept of y is equals to mx plus c. If you are from maths background, I guess आप समझ रहे होगे what is y is equals to mx plus c. So this is the formula of your straight line. ठीक है, तो आप your linear regression works on the whole concept of this y is equals to mx plus c. So these all things are being already fed in the library that are being implemented for each algorithms. Okay, so suppose you are training your model with the help of the linear regression. So linear regression में whatever the libraries you are putting in your format, in your coding, वहाँ पे जब आप दोगे तो आप जब उसको import करते हो, the libraries that you importing means you are importing all the backend things, all this mathematics tool जो भी आपको उसमें लगने वाला है, that has been already been done there. So machine understands when you're importing that algorithm, that means you're importing all these mathematics that is going behind. So in that manner that backend works. उस तरीके से उसको बनाया गया है. आपकी scikit-learn की जो open source library है, वहाँ पे आपको ये सारी चीजें थोड़ी समझ में आएंगी. आप एक बार explore करना उसे, you'll be getting much clear idea. So in that manner it works. तो machine जो है उसको, it has been already told to machine, okay, these are the things you have to work when someone is saying linear regression, तो आपको y equals to mx plus c पे काम करना है. So in that manner the whole scenario works. I hope you have got some idea regarding it.
Thank you so much, Navya ma'am. Kirtana, can you just come in? Okay, so basically guys, we are up with a small video for you, and Navya ma'am, if you permit us, can we just show it? It's just a small video, and Kirtana will join it to show it. Kirtana, can you just come in? Yeah, here she is.
Hey guys, this is Saigon from LetsUpgrade.
I'm Mohit, your trainer for full stack programming in Python and Django.
I'm Saurabh, your trainer for the full stack mobile development course.
I'm Subrat Paswani, your trainer for data structure and algorithm with placement preparation course.
I'm Vinolan Jeremiah, your trainer for full stack cloud computing and DevOps program.
Let's Upgrade has come up with the best online course for you guys, having 200 plus hours of live lectures,
200 plus hour of real-time projects,
And also with practically related assignments.
You will be building 15 plus projects
with the industry-based curriculum created by the professional jobs part of the whole program. So this program is going to be a 6 months live, and after the 6 months we will be having a job portal dedicated. It's again an AI-based job portal.
Let's start building applications like how a developer is building it in Google, Amazon, Netflix.
Be a part of this wholesome course.
Register with the link given below. Hurry up, limited seats only.
See you soon at class.
Yeah. So I hope it's all clear. Fine. Navya ma'am, we can go ahead.
Yeah, okay. So, so what we are studying? We are studying about the statistics part. Okay. So we have come. So this was all about your statistics. This is very small part of statistic that we have covered to let you know, okay, how things are going to be when you are going to have, you're going to take the full stack program. Okay. I'm so sorry. Now coming to your probability part in machine learning. Now see, probability, when we talk about probability, most of the people, already think, okay, probability is there, so it will be tough. So don't have to think it, man. We are not going to calculate the probability, or we are not going to solve any problems related to probability. You just have to be little bit of glimpse of what probability in machine learning, what probability kya kaam kar raha hai machine learning mein, okay? Now coming to your so we are not going to cover your this laws and everything, because they are bias theorem and everything that is not being required in the part of machine learning. So I will just telling you the basics of the probability, and then I will telling you what most important concept, that is your conditional probability, and then we'll be going to your ANOVA, that is your variance test. Okay, so we'll cover in that manner. Now coming to your basics of probability. So probability, as we all know, that probability is chance of an outcome. हमेशा सुनते हैं probability क्या होती है. So outcome, like suppose we say okay, आज बारिश होगी, so there's a chance of being rain. Rain is going to happen or not. So that is an outcome. We are not saying okay, surely it will happen, but we just give a probable idea. Okay, so there is a chance by seeing the weather and everything. So that is your probability. Now coming to probability experiment, the second term, that is your action through which specific results are obtained. Okay, so experiment that you're going to perform. So you might have heard questions like this. Okay, so there are 52 cards ka deck has been provided. You are just taking out king of heart from that deck. So how much cards are left, or what is the probability of coming the other cards of heart. So that type of questions you might have seen. Okay, so that is all related to experiment. So we are performing the experiment. ठीक है, हम एक तरीके का experiment कर रहे हैं, measure करने का, count करने का, responses to calculate the response and everything. So that are being done in the experiment part. Okay, now coming to the outcome. Outcome, very simple. That is a result. So whatever the trial you are going to do, that whatever the outcome you are going to, whatever the result you are going to get from that experiment, that is your outcome. Coming to your sample space. So sample space is basically all the possible outcomes. So you can understand in this manner. Okay, suppose I have given you 3 coins, and I have just gave you to toss it. Okay, so and I ask you what is the what can be the possible outcomes that can be there from the 3 coins. So what you will say? Okay, ma'am, one time it will come head, head, head. The second time it can come head, head, tail. It can come head, tail, head. Then tail, head, head. Then tail, tail, tail. So in that manner, you can have several possible outcomes. Okay, so that are the list of the possible outcomes that are going to get. Okay, now so these so all the possible outcomes that you can get from experiment or the scenario that has been provided to you, that is known as your sample space. Now coming to your event. So event is your one or more outcome subset of sample space. So what are the sample space you have? So you just take some part of sample and you just create an event. Okay, कि उस particular scenario में what will be the result? Simple event, if you consider only one outcome. Okay, अगर आप एक outcome कोई consider करें, so that is your simple event. So these terms are very, very basic and important as well. Now coming to your conditional probability. So when we talk about conditional probability, that means see, conditional probability very much related with an event. Suppose I give you in this, I can explain you in this manner. Suppose, okay, just don't see the definition, I'll just give you the example and then you just relate it with the example, this with definition. Okay, so suppose I have a deck of 52 cards, and what I'm saying is that the person, you have just put out one card, you have just pulled out one card from that 52 deck, that is of your heart shape. Okay, so you have pulled out card, and we all know that every set has 13 cards. Okay, 13 into 4, that is your 52. So what is being done is, out of 52, you have already taken out one. Now I'm asking what is the probability of 12 other 12 cards, one more card that can be come from that deck of 52. Okay. Now see, 52 card was there earlier. You have already taken one card of heart from that. So how much is left? 51. Okay. Now when you'll be calculating your the probability of coming your heart again. So see, what is happening here, understand that we here we work on the scenario of that the event that has been already occurred. Okay, so here you can see that conditional probability of an event is the probability that the event B will occur given that the event A has already occurred. So here the event A has already occurred, that means I'm talking about the one heart card that you have already pulled and you have made the deck of 52 as 51. ठीक है, आपके पास 52 डेक का कार्ड था, आपने एक कार्ड उसमें से हार्ट का निकाल लिया. So you are left with 12 card of heart and total of 51 card. ठीक है, तो 51 is already been 51 आपका बच रहा है, one event has already been occurred. ठीक है, so conditional probability based on some condition, always this probability will work, as a name only suggests है ना, conditional probability. तो आपका एक event has already been occurred and with the help of that, based on the probability of that, the second event is occurring. So in that manner you can see A has been occurred and B is going to occur. Okay, so here you can see this sign is intersection sign. So whatever the probability value you will be getting with respect to A and that, then you see here the thing that you have to keep in mind is that the division that we do in the case of the conditional probability, in the denominator we have probability of A, event A. That means the event that has already been occurred. Okay, so that is being there and we calculate our conditional probability that we calculate is based upon the event that is going to be occurred. ठीक है, तो यहाँ पे आप एक बार just see the formula in a good अच्छे से, because B is important. So we are focusing on the event that is going to occur based on the event that has already been occurred. Okay, so this type of scenario that I have explained you comes under the conditional probability. Okay. Now coming to your ANOVA. So before that, I'll just give you a glimpse of the test that we perform. Okay, so just to give you basic ideas, when we study the machine learning, like yesterday I told about you the data extraction part, and exploratory data analysis. So we have concepts like feature selection, है ना? Feature selection हम करते हैं. Feature label आपको I'll be telling you when I'll be covering the supervised and unsupervised. So what happened is we have features. Okay, so features means whatever the data set that you are providing. Label is basically your output that is being there. Okay, yes, no, or male, female, like that. So ये आपके label हैं, features, the data that you're going to provide to the machine. Okay, so for feature selection, sometimes what happen, we have different features, that some features are there that is not that important to us. So we have to drop that feature, because as I already told you in yesterday class, that we want the main focus of our doing this training and everything is to make our model more accurate. And when I talk about accurate, I'm talking about I'm not just talking about improving the accuracy. I'm talking about making my model, making my data much more easier and precise and concise manner. So uske liye what I have to do, for that purpose I have to just make whatever the other unimportant things are there present in my data set, that I have to drop it down, that I have to filter it out, and I have to make my data in a good format or in a good organized manner. Okay, so that is there. Now coming to your ANOVA. So what I'm talking about ANOVA is basically this. So these are your tests that we perform. So I'll give you a very good example of ANOVA later on. So just telling you, just to give you the brief idea, what happens in the ANOVA basically. So ANOVA is basically analysis of your variance. That is your that is the full form of ANOVA. Analysis of variance is a collection of statistical models and their associated estimation procedures, such as the variation among and between groups used to analyze the difference among means. ठीक है, देखो definition थोड़ा हो सकता है आपको difficult जाए, but once I explain you this table, you'll be able to understand. Okay, so the source of variation, what is there is the source of variation. So ANOVA we have 4 to 5 things. So you can see from the table, the first one is the source of variation. The second one is your sum of squares. The third one is your degree of freedom. The fourth one is your mean squares. And the fourth one is your final, whatever the result is there. Source of variation में आपके 3 variations हैं. Total is not that important. The most important are within and between. So when I'm talking about the within, that means I'm talking about the sum of squares within जो आपके model है. You can understand in this manner. Suppose you all have 2 hands. Okay, you can consider one hand as your one sample. So when I'm talking about within, so I'm talking about the samples that are inside my one hand. Okay, so that is your within. When you consider your both the hands, so you have 2 samples. So when you are considering the source of when you are seeing the variation between both of your hands, both of your samples, that means you are talking about the source of variation between the 2 samples. Okay, within the sample you are talking about one simple sample. एक sample के अंदर आप variation देख रहे हो. When you're talking about the between the source of variation, that means you're talking about the 2 samples or more samples, and उनके बीच का variation आप calculate कर रहे हो. Okay, now coming to your sum of squares. Sum of squares, though, that is also being calculated 3. That is your SSW, SSB, SST. So SSW is sum of squares within the sample, sum of squares between the samples, and sum of square total samples. Okay. So SSW, how we calculate is X is your basically number of observations जो आपके observations रहेंगे, and within that sample, and XJ is your arithmetic mean that you're going to calculate. Okay, so for all the observation, x1, x2, x2, like that will be calculated. Similarly, for your sum of square between the samples, is maybe up you just switch, this, you can see XJ is here, X minus is here. Okay, and here modulus sign is not there. I don't know you guys know or not, but when we put modulus sign, that means you are going to get positive. I mean, you are always going to get the positive number. Okay, modulus का मतलब होता है positive value, and here also because you're doing the square, तो negative तो आना ही नहीं है, हमेशा positive ही आना है. ठीक है. Okay. Now coming to your SSB, so we calculate in this manner. Now we have degree of freedom. Now what is mean by degree of freedom is that how much variation you can provide to your data. ठीक है, कितना आप data को एक variation provide कर सकते हो, that is your degree of freedom. Now coming to your degree of freedom, that is your first one, that is your k minus 1. So k is basically your number of observation. ठीक है, number of observations आपके कितने हैं. Then you have degree of freedom for between sum of squares between the samples. You have n minus k again, and is your number of observation, and k आपकी n जो है आपकी वो mean कितनी freedom आप provide कर रहे हो उसको, suppose 4 or 5, and then with that we are subtract with the number of observations. Okay. Now coming to your mean square. So mean square is basically mean square within the sample. MSW is calculated by the value of SSW divided by your degree of freedom. And your SSB is calculated, your SSB comes in under your MSB. So when you calculate the mean square of your between the samples, so you get the formula with the help of this SSB or DFB निकालते हो. And then final, when you are getting the final testing when you are doing, so in that there you'll just get MSW divided by MSB, and whatever the values will be coming, that you'll be getting the actual final result. ठीक है, देखो. I can feel that some of you might be facing problem. Okay, what these these SSWs is, what these things are done, and why we are required of this. Okay, क्यों इसका use हो रहा है? See, ANOVA has a very much good applications in our daily life if you see. So suppose if I give you an example, just listen me carefully, okay? So suppose I have some agricultural field, okay? There one field is there, and I have divided that field into several blocks. Okay, मैंने उसको एक rectangular block में divide कर दिया है. I have created a different boundaries, and what I'm trying to do is I'm trying to plant different type of crops there. Okay, कहीं पे मैंने कुछ crop लगा दिया है ना, कुछ और crop लगा दिया, something like that I'm trying to do. So what I'm doing, I have a collection. Okay, I have a collection, and what I'm trying to do is I'm trying to put some fertilizer, you know, some type of जो भी आपके essential materials that are being required to make a crop grow in a good manner. That I'm trying to do it. And what I'm trying to do is I'm for different crops, I'm doing different variation. Okay, ANOVA is all about variation. You can see the terms such as the variation among the between the groups. So I have created a group of different crops, और मैं किसी में ज़्यादा fertilizer, किसी में कम, है ना, and different things ऐसे मैं changes कर लूँ. And I'm trying to see on which crop which type of variation is working. I'm recording the data and I'm trying to see, okay, किस तरीके की variation within the crop, between the crops, ठीक है, total crops में किस तरह की variations जो है that are coming. So in this type of applications, ANOVA is used. I can recall a very good example of ANOVA as well. We all know that we all have went to the corona, है ना. So corona की the testing that is being done, है ना, injection. So that when you're creating injection, when you are just making then when the people were making the injection for the corona, so that time also they will be saying, okay, so this type of this medication, this injection is how is it is going to work on different age groups. ठीक है, different age groups पे कैसे काम करेगा, क्या वेरिएशन करने पे किस तरह के इंसुलिन ऐड करने पे किस तरीके की वेरिएशन उस पर्टिकुलर इंजेक्शन में देखी जा सकती है ना, डिफरेंट वेरिएंट दैट कैन बी ऑब्जर्व्ड. So in this type of testing, your ANOVA comes under action. Okay, so you can do a proper estimation process. It basically impacts the estimation process. ठीक है, estimate करना है जहाँ पे variation को जहाँ पे estimate करना है, there you have to, there your ANOVA test comes under action. Okay, so with the help of all these, you can easily with the help of the ANOVA, you can check the variations among the between the groups as well as your within the samples. Okay, so I hope the examples are enough to make you understand the concept of ANOVA. You'll be getting in more detail all about these. We'll be coming to your full stack development program. Okay, so this is all about your statistics and probability. Before moving with the practical implementation part, I'll just ask Mansi if any doubt is there.
So, yes, Navya, there is this one small doubt. Once a student says, "Ma'am, this looks tough. Should I really care? Should I really have to care about probability while studying ML?" So basically, he's asking importance of probability in ML, or how important is probability while studying machine learning. Can you just give a view on this?
Okay. Mansi, can you just wait for a second? Someone is just.
Yes, sure. Okay, guys, till ma'am comes in, please do submit your attendance. Those who are watching it live on YouTube, for them, I'll just tell we have already pasted the link for LMS as well. So make sure you you mark your attendance on our LMS, because attendance link will already be shared in LMS. In LMS, you have this chat section at your right side, correct? So beside the chat tab, we have attendance tab as well, which even asks you to rate the trainer and the whole session. So after that, and once you submit it, that is how your attendance will be submitted. Okay.
Yeah,
so
Mansi, can you please repeat the question once? I was not able to understand.
Yeah. So basically, one student asked to, basically we want how important is probability in machine learning, because
okay.
it seems tough. So
yeah. So what's the name of that student?
It's Anand Prasad Singh. Yeah, it's Anand.
Okay, so Anand, see, probability, all the concepts related to your mathematics part is now somewhere is important, because देखो आप when you are creating a base for some field ना, you should be knowing all these concepts. These are important when you are going to face your interviews and everything. You are going to be asked about these doubts, ठीक है? Although these all these concepts you're not going to you don't have to worry about when you're coming to the implementation part, because these all things will be taken care by your machine learning algorithms only, because the libraries are being created in that manner. But these concepts, when you come to your interview or when you come someone asks you about these concepts, so you should have a basic idea. Okay, so what is ANOVA, what are hypothesis test, what is correlation, everything. So आपको ये सब चीजें ना थोड़ी थोड़ी पता होनी चाहिए. उतने डिटेल में यू डोंट हैव टू गो, यू आर नॉट गोइंग टू डू पीएचडी इन दिस, है ना? आप पीएचडी नहीं करने वाले हो इसमें, बट यू शुड हैव अ बेसिक आइडिया क्योंकि चीजें कैसे काम करती है. आपको वो चीज थोड़ा सा माइंड में रखना पड़ेगा, ठीक है? आप ऐसे नहीं कर सकते कि आप यू आर गोइंग टू टोटली इग्नोर इट और टोटली जस्ट बॉयकॉट इट बिकॉज यू आर नॉट लाइकिंग इट. यू कैन नॉट डू इट. Once you will go in the flow, आप थोड़ा सा full program में आओगे, so you will having a much more clear idea and you will be finding interesting. So yeah, it seems difficult for you because you're not because you are just in ancestral batch ना. आप धीरे धीरे चीजें cover कर रहे हो. जब आप थोड़ा depth में जाओगे, when you going in depth, so you will be understanding in much more manner, much more clear manner. Okay.
Yeah. So we have another doubt which asks, ma'am, do we need a strong base knowledge in statistics to be a good machine learning engineer? Can you take it?
Basic what?
Strong base knowledge in statistics. Statistics as a subject.
Yeah, and you shouldn't be very strong in it, but like I told in the case like before also कि आपको एक idea होना चाहिए, should know how things are working. अब you are suppose you shouldn't be like that. See, data, when you talk about the data ना, statistics आपके दिमाग में ऐसे आना चाहिए क्योंकि statistics is important. When you're talking about the data, ठीक है? Everything whenever you go to data, you are talking about statistics. Okay, stats बताओ होता क्या है? It shouldn't be like that कि आप सिर्फ algorithms you are studying and you don't know only what is mean, median, mode, है ना? ये नहीं पता because people will laugh at you. Okay, the person is doing machine learning and doesn't know or she doesn't know about this. So I'm not saying that you have to go in very much depth of it because that is not required. But you should have an overview of all these concepts. ऐसा नहीं होना चाहिए कि someone is asking you and you should be blank. Okay, I don't know. I have not heard this word. So it shouldn't be like that. You shouldn't focus on much more on that. बट आपको एक पता होना चाहिए, ओके दीज कॉन्सेप्ट आर लाइक, एंड दीज आर वेरी सिंपल कॉन्सेप्ट. आप एक बार व्हेन यू आर गोइंग टू गो थ्रू इट ना, you'll be thinking okay इतना ये टफ नहीं है. सो once you are in a regular practice or regular revision, you will be understanding the concepts. Okay, so coming to your implementation part, so I just wanted to show you the so in statistics most of you would have seen like suppose bar graphs, line graphs, your pie chart, है ना? So all these concepts we do with the help of I don't want to explain it. I just want to show you how in the Python it basically works. Okay, so just let me know, Mansi, that my screen is visible or not. Yeah, is it visible, Mansi?
It's getting loaded. Yeah, it is visible now.
Okay, so coming to your implementation part, so we have one library known as matplotlib. So the basic idea behind showing this thing was to make you understand how we visualize your data with the help of the concept that, like, suppose what are statistics. When you study about the statistics, you have different graphs as well. You see the data in the form of graphs. Okay, you plot the data, you see okay how the graph is coming of that particular data. Okay, so for that thing this matplotlib is made. Mat means mathematics. Okay, plot means plotting and library means library. So mathematics को plot करने की जो library, that is your matplotlib. So it is a Python library. It contains the pyplot module. Now see, all the modules are being already made. अच्छा देखो क्या होता है, whenever we are going to some students were asking ना कि about, I think Harsha was there, who were asking about how the machine will understand the mathematics. ठीक है, तो see the modules when the backend में जो whatever the application is being developed, so we create a packages of all the library. ठीक है, so we create a package of, suppose we have created some packages and that we have given to that library और हमने feed कर दिया है. So when you are going to import it, तो आपको सब चीजें अपने आप मिलते जाएंगी. अभी देखना आप, you will be getting much more clear idea जब आप ये implementation part you will be seeing. So here you can see this is a Python library. It contains the pyplot module, which is basically a collection of functions such as plot, title, show, and all these most commonly used module for creating a variety of plots. Okay, इसमें you can see the plots like line plots, scatter plots, bar plots, histogram, pie charts, etc. Okay. Now coming to your implementation. So when you do pip install matplotlib, okay, so this is the basic. So whenever you're going to install any library in the Python, you have to give this command. So here what you're doing, pip install matplotlib. That means you're installing all the libraries that are related to the matplotlib. इसी तरीके से other libraries when we are going to study, so you will see pip install pandas, pip install numpy, like that we do. So when you're doing this now, all the packages, you can see site packages are there, libraries are there. So all these things are being imported from there. So you don't have to worry about how the things are working in the package. So all these packages has already been done for you. You have to only work on the model building, and you have to work on the data extraction. Ki data ko kaise acha banana, how to make your data more good. Okay, so you have to focus on that. Now, libraries, what are the libraries are being required? So suppose you are doing the plotting part, so there are different libraries for different plotting. So you have to import. Now you have installed your package matplotlib. Now aapko matplotlib se whatever the packages you want, that you have to import, whatever library you want from matplotlib. You can understand matplotlib is a sample, a group hai, and you're importing different samples from that matplotlib. Okay, so from plotting you are just importing that. From numpy you are importing np. Okay, now coming to your scatter plot. So different plots are, but if you understand one plot, आपको सब समझ में आ जाएगा. Scatter plot. So plot plt.scatter. This is the format in which you write. Now see, we have to create two lists. एक list आपने बनाई. See, list is basically one of the data structure that comes in the Python. Okay, so some terminologies are there that you will be not getting much more idea about right now because this is just essential program. Okay, so when you'll be coming in the full program, आपको चीजें अच्छे से डिटेल में बताई जाएंगी, तो आपको और चीजें क्लियर होती जाएंगी. Creating two list. So suppose x and y, because when you're plotting, so you'll be having x coordinate and y coordinate. So what I'm doing is x coordinate, I'm keeping the range of 0 to 10. Okay, so it's 0 to 10, and then you can see 0, 2, 4, 6, 8, and this one is your 10. Now 20 to 30, 20, 22, 24, 26, 28, and this is 30. Now plot dot scatter. This means x, y, c, x, y, scatter plot. Scatter plot means distributed plot. Okay, scattered hai. And your c is basically a color. So I'm just giving g, that means green color. Okay. Marker, I'm giving star. You can give hash, you can give any other symbol. So I'm giving star, that is why star is coming. You can see plot x label. आपको label means the label that you're providing below. Okay, तो आपने the label that I'm providing to x label is my x axis, so I'm giving x axis. The label that I'm providing to y label is y axis, so I'm giving y axis. Okay, and then I'm giving the title of the graph as scatter plot. So you can see the title of the program is also at scatter plot. Okay, now to see the graph, when you will be plotting the graph, you will see plt.show and you will see this particular graph. So आप जब enter दबाओगे तो आप देखोगे कि this plot has come. If you want to save it, you can just do plt.save figure and whatever the name you want to give. Okay, so this is how your plots can be done with the help of your libraries. Okay. Similarly, you can go with the line graphs. Line graphs, maybe you can put x, y, x-axis, y-axis, title. You can see a line. Okay. When you come to your, suppose you're trying to draw a sine graph. So sine में क्या होता है? 0, 2 into np into pi. If you, those who are from maths background, आपको समझ में आएगा अच्छे से कि we have a range of 2 into pi, है ना? 0 to 2 pi, -1 to 1. And those who are not from math program, through them also I'm telling कि sine and cos, these are the two functions of trigonometry जिनकी range होती है वो -1 से 1 के बीच में होती है. ठीक है, तो 0 to 2n pi, 0 मतलब positive उससे से शुरू कर रहे हैं, तो 0 to 2 pi. So this thing is already being given, numpy.py, and you're just same thing again. You're just x1 y1 x1 y1, then plot you're giving, and you're just giving the title and you're just showing it so you can see the graph. Okay. Again, you can draw the same manner cosine wave. कैसे cosine wave आपका काम करता है? Same. The cosine means cos wave, that is also having -1 to 1. Bar graphs, we all know statistics में भी हम bar graphs बनाते हैं. Bar graphs, suppose I want to see the total number of students with respect to their standards. So 8th, 9th, 10th. Okay, so 8th, 9th, you can see I want the strength of y as 45. That is 8th, 45, 50, 49. So you can see 8th has 45. X has 9th has 50 and 10th has 49. Okay. So like this. Similarly,
Ma'am, I'm
yeah.
sorry to interrupt you, but this is just a small reminder. We are already out of time, so we just need to wrap it
I'm
up.
just about to end it.
Yeah.
So all these graphs are being there. So similarly, we just do the bar graphs, histograms, so you can plot any kind of you can do any type of plotting of graphs here with the help of the matplotlib library. Okay, you can do pie chart, everything, so you can just do it. Okay, so these are the, I think if you understand one plot how we are doing, that I've explained in here, so you'll be having much more idea. So with the help of the matplotlib, this library can help you plot any type of graphs. If you just want to experiment it, you can just, after the end of the session, you can just open your Anaconda, or there you can just do this pip install matplotlib, and you can just surf it of your own, and you can just try it once. Okay, you will feel good when you will see the results. ठीक है, आपको अगर ये plot दिखा तो आपको अच्छा लगेगा, okay, you have learned something, है ना? Just try to do it. Okay, so let's end for this today. So we have completed our mathematics part as well. Okay, so yeah, that's it for the today's session. Yeah.
All right. Thank you, Navya ma'am. I'll just summarize the topics that we covered today. So basically, we covered a bit of statistics in ML. Then we moved on to measure of distribution, which included mean, median, mode. Then we moved on to standard deviation, variance, normal distribution, and then once we were done with the statistics part, we went on to the probability part, wherein we learned types of probability, and we learned an important concept named ANOVA, which is ANOVA, ANOVA. Then we moved on to plots with the help of libraries, and I guess that's how the lecture went on. Navya ma'am, would you like to add something to the session?
Yeah, so I'll just like to say that whatever the things that you are learned in 2 days, just try to understand, or just try to be a good surfer. ठीक है, चीजों को एक बार ढूंढो, चीजों को try to understand. Okay, whatever the concept you have understood here, so just try to go it with your own idea and just learn it. आप देखो क्या चीजें होती हैं, तो आपको you have to build a interest in it. जब तक आपको interest नहीं आएगा, you'll not able to carry it forward. So I'll just say that be in the flow and just try to understand all these things that are being taught here. That's it.
Yeah, so with a good note that we need to explore things to learn more. Maybe that's
you have
how
to
we
be
can.
curious. That's all.
Yeah, so basically, curious minds and explorer will be, exploring things would help you out.
Eagerness should be there. Okay, ये क्या होता है?
Yeah.
That should be there.
Yes. All right. So thank you guys for joining us, and I hope this session helps you in your work profile. So yeah, that's it from my side. Thank you, everyone.
Thank you, everyone.